Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad and I am from AirTech Solutions. Today I will walk you through on the admin screen of our premium point of sale. So before going to the admin screen, this is the login screen which will need an email and a password in order to sign in for admin. This email and a password for admin will be provided by us to the admin of the company. So now I will enter the login details and will press sign in for admin. So once the login details have been authorized, the admin will be presented by this admin dashboard. In this dashboard, on the left hand side we have a navigation bar which have different options such as HR, product management, order, customers, inventory, reporting, settings, app settings and web settings. On the top hand side we have the subscription remaining days, the stock alerts, the branch tab through which we can change the branch and interact with it according to our needs, and Z report. Once we click Z report, the POS system will print a report or a summary from the printer as a form of a bill. In this report we will have a branch name, the print date of today until a particular point of time, and information related to sales, order count, payment type sales and order type. In sales information we have total sales, total tax, total discount, refund amount, service delivery charges, net sales details, etc. In order count we have total orders, cash orders, card orders, credit orders, multi-payment orders, void orders. In payment type sales we have cash, credit dues and card information. In order type we have counter sell and delivery. In this order type we have information such as the number of orders and the grand total of today. All this information is of today's date until a particular time of the day, like when the report is printed. Now we'll go back to the main dashboard. So in the center of the dashboard we have different modules such as order count, net sales, total tax and grand total. Below it we have several charts such as the sales statistics, which provides the grand total and orders of the last 3 months. Beside this we have a periodic sales which describes the number of orders throughout the day, such as the morning, the night and the afternoon. Below this chart we have weekly sale which describes the number of sales and the grand total that has been done in a particular week. We can also provide several filters on this module, such as we can combine the location or select the location to view the details. I can select as many branches as I want and then click filter. I can also apply filters such as select a range of dates or select a tab such as last 7 days, last 30 days and today. If we want to see the data of last 30 days, we can press last 30 days and the POS system will provide us the details of the last 30 days orders. So now we will go back to the navigation bar. So if we select the options such as HR, we'll get a field or a button employees. Once we click employees, a new screen appears which provides us with the list of all the employees that are working in the company, with the details such as their image, the name, the passcode, the password, the email, the user type, etc. We can also perform several actions on the fields such as edit and delete. In order to edit any field, we can press on the edit icon and then edit the fields that we want and click on save. If you want to go back, we can press the back button. We can also apply several filters in order to search for a particular field. When we click on add filters, we get this number of fields and we can type on them in order to get the fields that we want. We can also export this list as a form of Excel file by clicking on the export Excel button. So once we click this export Excel button, we can see that a user list file has been downloaded to the user's or the admin's computer. We can also add a new employee information by clicking on the add button and then filling the form by entering the first name, the last name, the email, the contact and the department. The login code and the passcode are generated automatically but can be added by the admin also. We can also add an image of the employee, which is an optional task, and it depends upon the admin if he or she wants to add the image of a particular employee. Once the details have been filled, we can press on save button in order to save the record. So now we will go to the navigation bar again and we'll click on product management. So once we click the product management, we can see that several options appear, such as the category, the subcategory, the products and the modifiers. So now I will click on category. So once we click on category, the POS system provides us with a screen that has a list of all the categories that are available in the company, and the details of the tables are image, the name of the category, the description of the category, and several actions that we can perform on the categories, such as edit and delete. In order to add a category, we can press on add category button and write the name and the description, such as wallets, and in description we can write text such as small. Adding an image is optional. If we don't add an image, a default icon will appear in the cashier side. Once we have filled the form, we can just save it. So if we click on save, you can see a success message appears and a new category has been added. If we want to export this list as an Excel file, we can click on export Excel button and you can see a category list Excel file has been downloaded to the admin's computer or the user's computer. We can also research a particular category by clicking on the add filter button and two fields appear. We can either search a category by the name or the description. So as you can see, I have written vol, and the category matching this name has been given to me by the POS system. So now I'll go to the navigation bar again and click subcategory. So if we go to the subcategory option, we are presented with a list of all the subcategory that are available in the company, and it gives us information such as the image of the subcategory, the category that it falls on, the name, the description. We can also perform several actions on the subcategory, such as edit the subcategory field or delete. We can also export the subcategory list by clicking on the export Excel button, and the subcategory list has been or will be downloaded to the admin's computer or the user's computer. If you want to add a new category, a new subcategory, we can click on add button and fill this form, like fields such as the category that the subcategory falls in, the name, and the description, and insert an image if you want to. If you don't insert an image, a default icon will be shown in the cashier side and in the table as well. So now in order to save, we can click on save button. If you click on save button, you can see a success message appears and the subcategory has been added. We can also research to the subcategory tab list by clicking on the add filter button, and then searching by writing the keywords in these fields. We can research either by category, name, or the description. So now if we move back to the navigation bar, we'll click on products. So we'll get a new screen, and it will consist of lists such as image, category, subcategory, the name of the product, the price of the product, and the barcode of the product that are available in the company. We can also perform several actions on the list or on the field, such as edit the product description or the details, or delete the product. We can also export the list by clicking on the export Excel button. Once pressed, it will download an atom list Excel file to the admin's computer or user's computer. We can also add a new product by clicking on the add product button, and it will open a new add product button, and it will open a add product form in which we need to fill information such as the category the product falls in, the subcategory, the name, the display order, which is automatically generated by the POS system, so we don't need to insert it, the price of the product, the barcode of the product, the SKU, the cost of the product, the modifiers if you want to apply, which are optional elements of the products, the location we want the product to be displayed on, such as main branch, and the description of the product. Once the form has been filled, we need to press the save button in order to save the form. We can also add filters or research the product list by clicking on the add filter button and researching or adding a filter either on category, subcategory, name, price, or by barcode. So now we'll go back to the navigation bar and click on modifiers. So the POS system gives us a list of all the modifiers that are optional element for the products, and it gives us details and summary of the modifiers such as the name, the type, the SKU, the price of the modifiers, the status, whether it is active or not active, and action options such as edit and delete. So now if we go back to the navigation bar, now we will explore the orders option. So if we click on the orders option, we will be presented by the screen which will show, by default it will show today's transaction that has been happened until a particular point of time. It will show information such as the transaction number, the order number, the date, the grand total, the customer name, the customer phone, the customer address, and the payment method, and the status such as the checkout, refund, or on hold. We can also perform several actions on a field such as get a detailed information of the transaction, print the transaction receipt, refund order, or delete order or cancel order. If we want to see a detailed information of the transaction, we can click on the transaction button. We can click on the details button and a new screen will appear which will show the order information, the order details, the customer information if the customer have been selected by the cashier, the payment information and payment details information. If we want to print the transaction like a bill, we can click on the print button and a receipt will be reprinted from the printer, and it will consist of information such as the branch name, the address, the phone number, the order type, the counter number, the invoice number, the cashier name, then the order date, as well as the order description, the total amount, the discount amount, the VAT, the delivery charges, and lastly the grand total. We can also apply certain filters, such as if we want to see the transaction that are happened in a particular range of date, we can select the range of dates from this fields, such as I want to see the transaction that has been happened from May 1st 2021 till today. And then we'll click on filters. So as you can see, all the transaction that has been happened in this particular range are being showed or displayed. We can also export this order list by clicking on the export Excel, which will download the orders list Excel file on the admin's computer or the user's computer. So now moving back to the navigation bar, we will click on customer option. So if we click on the customer's information, we will move to a new screen which will show the list of all the customers that has been shopping or have been shopping with us or are interacting with our business. The table will have details such as the name of the customer, the address of the customer, the contact of the customer, as well as email of the customer. We can perform several actions to the field, such as edit and delete. If we want to edit any particular field, we can click on the edit icon, which will show us the details of the customer which we can edit, such as the full name, the email, the gender, the contact and the address. Once we had edited the information, we can click on save or click on back button without saving the details. We can also research a particular field by clicking on add filter button and then researching or applying filters by writing a keyword in the field, such as in the name field, address, contact or email field. We can also export this list as an Excel file by clicking on the export Excel, and a file will be downloaded to the user's computer or the admin computers, which is named as customers. We can also add a new customer by clicking on the add button and filling out a form which consists of information such as the full name, the email, the gender, the contact and the address, as well as several options such as is email, is SMS and is active. After the form has been filled, we can click on save button or go back without saving the details. Now we will go back to the navigation bar and click on inventory option. Once we click on the inventory option, we are presented with several options such as suppliers, add inventory, new stock and warehouse. If we click on suppliers, a new screen appears which shows us the information related to the suppliers of the company, such as the details of the suppliers, which consist of name, the address, the contact number, the description, and the email. We can also apply several actions onto the fields such as edit or delete. If we want to export the supplier list as an Excel file, we can click on Export Excel button and it will download a supplier list Excel file onto the admin's computer or the user's computer. We can also apply several filters or research the list by clicking on the Add Filter button and researching or applying filters through the field in the name, the address, the contact number, description, or email. We can also add a new supplier information by clicking on the Add button and filling out the form, which consists of fields like name, the email address, the address of the supplier, the contact number, and the description. Once we have filled the form, we can click on Save button in order to save the details of the supplier. So now we'll click on Add Inventory option under the Inventory option in the navigation bar. So in the Add Inventory option, we have a table that describes or shows us the list of all the inventory that we have. It gives us the details such as the name of the inventory, the current stock that we have, the supplier of the inventory, the minimum stock, the opening stock, and the unit such as the pieces, buy box, etc. We can perform several actions onto the fields such as edit and delete. We can also apply several filters by clicking on Add Filter button and apply filter on name or current stock, supplier, minimum stock, opening stock, or unit. We can also add an inventory by clicking on the Add button and selecting an item, supplier, opening stock, minimum stock, purchasing unit, stock description. And in order to save the details, we can click on Save button to save the information of the inventory and go back to the table. We can also export this table as a form of an Excel file by clicking on the Export Excel button, and a file named stock list will be downloaded onto the admin's computer, which can be viewed later. Now we'll go to the new stock. So once the new stock options has been clicked, we will be presented by a table that consists of information such as PO number, the supplier's information, the store name, the amount, and the actions that we can perform on the field such as printing the details of the stock. We can also apply filters onto the list or the table by clicking on the Add Filter button and add filters in the fields such as PO, supplier, store, or amount. We can also add a new stock by clicking on the Add button and we can fill this form to add a new stock. We need to fill the fields such as select store, supplier, description, and the item. If we fill the form, we can see that if we fill the form and press on Add New Stock, we see that the POS system has calculated the current stock level, the cost per unit, and the total based on the information that has been added to the form. In order to save this information, we can click on Add Stock button and go back to the stock table or the list. We can also export this list as an Excel file by clicking on the Export Excel button. Now we'll click on Warehouse option under Inventory. This will show us a list of the warehouse information, which consists of details such as the name, the email, the contact, the code, and the description of the warehouse or related to the warehouse. We can also perform several actions onto the field such as edit and delete. We can apply filters onto the table or the list by clicking the add filter button and writing a keyword in the field such as the name, email, contact, code, and description. We can add a new warehouse details by clicking on the add button, as well as we can export the list by clicking on the export Excel button, which will download an Excel file named as warehouse details onto the user's computer or the admin's computer. Now we'll go back to the navigation bar. Now we will interact with the reporting option. Once we click on the reporting option, we can see several options appear such as summary report, order sales report, the credit sales, the product summary, the stock reports, the stock logs, the user wise sales, and the date wise report. So now we will click on summary report. Once we click on summary report, it shows us a table or a sales summary report of today until a particular point of time that describes information such as sales, which consists of headings like total sales, total tax, total discount, refund amount, service and delivery charges, and the net sales. We also have order count, which describes the total orders, the cash orders, the card orders, the credit orders, the multi-payment orders, as well as refund orders and void orders. Beneath this, we have payment type sales, which consists of information such as the cash amount, the credit amount, the card amount. Along with this, we have order type, which has counter sell and delivery. We can also view the report by adding a filter by date by clicking on this filter by date button or a tab and entering a range of date, or by selecting a location. As you can see, now I have entered a range of date and the information has been updated according to the range I have entered. I can also enter a location, like multiple location. I can select multiple locations such as this and then click on filter again, and as you can see, the information has been updated again. We can also export this sales summary report as an Excel file and download it in admin's computer. As you can see, the sales summary report has been downloaded. Now we'll go to order sales report. So as you can see, it gives us a list of the orders or the transaction that has been taken place today until a particular point of time. It has information such as the branch number, the order number, the transaction number, the customer name, the order date, the total amount, the discount amount, the tax amount, the service and delivery charges, the grand total, and the payment mode. If we want to get a detailed information about this transaction, we can click on details icon here and it will show us the detailed information about the transaction, which has the fields such as the order information, the order details, which provide the summary of the products, the customer name if the customer has been selected. If it's not selected, it will be empty. The payment information, as well as payment detail information. We can also apply filters by clicking on the apply order filter. In this we can select a range of date as well as select different location to view a combined report. As you can see, now I have selected different branches and added a range of date. Now I will click on filter. So now as you can see, the list has been updated and I can view the list and perform several actions such as see detailed information about a particular transaction. I can also export this list as an Excel file and save it into the computer. As you can see, a sales report Excel file has been downloaded to the computer. Now I will click on credit sales report. So all the credit sales report will be displayed here, and as of now in today we don't have any credit sales, so the list is empty. So in order to see the previous records, I will click on filters and apply a range of date to see the previous credit sales amount and select a location if I want to see a combined report of all the locations or a particular location. So now I have entered the range of date and selected branches. Now I click on filter. So now as you can see, the list has been updated and we have records, and the information displayed is the branch name, the order number, the transaction name, the number, the customer name, the order date, the total amount, the discount amount, the tax amount, the service and the delivery charges, the grand total and the payment mode. We can also see a detailed information about a transaction or the credit sales by clicking on the details icon. If we click on the details icon, we can see that fields such as order information is given, which consists of order number, the transaction number, the date, the order type, the cashier and the order status. We also have order details, which gives us the summary of the products that has been purchased by the customer. We have the customer information such as the mobile number, the name, the address, and if the image is added, it will be displayed here. We also have payment information, which consists of fields like amount total, the discount amount, the tax applied, the service charges and the grand total. We also have payment details information, which have fields like payment type, the cash value, the card value, the credit value and the amount balance. We can also export this list as an Excel file by clicking on the Export Excel button, and as you can see, once we click the Export Excel button, a file named as sales report has been downloaded in the user's computer. So now we will move to product summary. The product summary gives us the information such as the branch name, the product name, the sold quantity, the item discount, the sales revenue, the cost and the profit. The product report is based on the information that how much profit we have gained and how much quantities has been sold today in a particular point of time or until a particular point of time. We can also apply several order filters by clicking on the apply order filter button and enter a range of date if you want to see previous records. We can also apply a location filter If you want to see a combined record of several locations, now I'll enter a range of date and I will select several branches and then I will click on filter. As you can see, the list has been updated and I can view the report as a combination of several branches and in the range I have given to the POS system. I can also export this list as an Excel file by clicking on the Export Excel button, and a product summary Excel file will be downloaded in the user's computer or the admin's computer. Now I will go to the stocks report. The store stock summary includes information such as how much stock we have in our company or warehouse, etc. And it gives us information such as the branch name, the item number, the store name, the minimum stock, the current stock that we have, the opening stock, the stock that has been sold, and the return stock. We can also apply several filters on this list by selecting branches that we want to view the details of. We can also view a combined report of several locations. Once I have selected several branches, I can click on filters, and as you can see, the list has been updated and I can view a combined list of several branches. I can also export this file as an Excel. I can also export this list as an Excel file by clicking on the Export Excel button, and a file named Store Stock Summary has been downloaded as an Excel file to the computer. Now I will click on Stock Logs. So as there is no stock entry or entry in our computer today, so the list is empty. Now I click on filters to view previous records. So I will click on apply filter button and select a range of dates to view the stock report. I can also select different branches or several branches and click on filter once I have entered the details. So once I have entered the range and the location, I can see that the list has been updated and I can see the inventory code, the branch name, the item name, the stock in, stock out, the date, and I can perform several actions on it by clicking on this icon to see the detailed report about the stock. I can also export this list as an Excel file by clicking on the Export Excel button, and a file named Stock Report will be downloaded as an Excel file onto the admin's computer or to the user's computer. Now I will go to the users wise sales. So once we click on user wise sales, it gives us the information based on the fields such as the branch name, the username, the total sales, the tax, the discount, and the service charges. The sales report is characterized by the username or by the cashier of the company. We can also apply several filters onto the list by clicking on apply order filter and entering a range of date or and locations. Now I will select a range and location and then apply filter. So as you can see, the list has been updated and I can view the user wise sales that has been done by different cashiers in this particular range and in this branches. I can also export this list as an Excel file by clicking on the export sales button And once the button has been pressed, a user-wise sales report as an Excel file has been downloaded to the user's computer or to the admin's computer. Now I will move to the date-wise report. So date-wise report gives us the information such as the branch name, the date, the total orders, the gross sales, the tax amount, the delivery service charges, the discount amount, and the net sales that has been happened in a particular day. I can also apply several data filters on this list by clicking on Apply Data Filter and selecting a range and the location and apply filter. I can select multiple branches or just leave it as it is. So now I will click on filters once I have entered the details. So as you can see, the list has been updated and I can see all the data according to the date that I have entered and the locations that I have selected. So now if I want to export this list as an Excel file, I can press the export Excel button and the data-wise report as an Excel file will be downloaded onto the user's computer or to the admin's computer. Now I will go back to the navigation bar and interact with the option settings or the setting options. So once I click on the settings option, I get several options such as the company setting, the receipt setting, the branches, the warehouse stores. So if I click on company setting, I get a form in which I can edit a company information such as the name, the contact, the email, the password, the tax amount that is applicable. I can change the tax amount according to the government rules in this company setting, as well as tax ID. I can also select the currency of the products in this company setting form and the company registration. I can only view the company key name as well as the field company key name. I can just view this information or I can change the information and click on save to update the information. Now I'll go back to the settings and click on receipt setting. So in this receipt setting I can change any information that I want or do not want on the checkout receipt. For example, if I want or do not want a location name or the email or the company's logo on the receipt, I can click on this icon or the box and toggle the on and off switch. If I have done my desired task or operations in this checkout receipt setting, I can click on save button in order to save my preference or my choices. Now I'll go to branch settings. In this screen I can see all the branch information that are related to the company, which includes fields such as the name, the branch address, the contact number of the branch, as well as description of the branch. I can also perform several actions onto the fields such as edit or delete. In order to edit a particular branch information, I can click on edit icon in the actions and edit the information such as name, email, address, contact information, description, as well as receipt information, which includes tax ID, the registration of the tax, and the footer notes. Once I have filled the form, I can either click on save in order to save the details of the branch, or click on back to move back to the list without saving the information, updated information. I can also export this list as an Excel file by clicking on the Export Excel button, and once this button is pressed, I can see that the branch list Excel file has been downloaded to the computer. Now I'll go to warehouse and stores. So in this list we can get information about the warehouse, such as the name, the email, the contact, the code, the description. We can also perform several actions onto the field, such as edit the field or delete. We can also add a warehouse information such as name, email, contact, code and description by clicking on the add button and by filling the form. Once we have filled the form, we can either click on save button in order to save the information and move back to the table or the list, or click on back button and go back to the list and table without saving the information. I can also click on export Excel button in order to download the list as an Excel file onto my computer or to the user's computer. So now I'll go back to the navigation bar. So as you can see, the last two tabs are app setting and web settings. These options are related to the POS system, app and web that are available to the company if they have integrated a web application and an mobile application with their point of sale. So now I will go back to the dashboard. So if the admin wants to switch to the cashier side, he or she doesn't need to log out and log back in. Instead, he or she can simply click on switch to cashier on the top left hand side and enter the passcode to enter to the cashier side. So this is it for the admin side. Until next time, goodbye.